Now, of course, don't do it this way. Don't go sit in the last place and patiently sit there going, all right, when's somebody going to come and move me up? That's the whole wrong attitude. We need to learn contentment, and that's going to be, I think, another verse that we're going to cover that deals with that. But we need to learn contentment in where we're at. Be at peace, be content of your status. Do not need to be honored. Look for opportunities to give honor, and you'll receive honor. Being aware is the first step. Recognizing that there may be protocols. Because I hate to say this, because a lot of you really don't get it. These are really important things to our Creator. They may sound very petty to you maybe, or this or that, or unimportant. But protocol and respect and honor and understanding humility and knowing your place is very important. Usurping's a big deal to our Father, and He will not stand for you usurping Him for sure, but He doesn't want you practicing that with anybody else either. See, some of us are so busy elevating ourselves and looking down at others, you forget the reality of being in the middle. We've talked about this a lot lately. Every one of us in a vertical sort of chain is in the middle. Yes, you may have those that you are quote unquote responsible for or elevated above for whatever reason, for the purpose, by the way, of serving and then bestowing upon them honor, but you're under somebody as well. And He's saying you could get so wrapped up in thinking about where you are looking down that you forget that you also have to look up. You're going to be rendered a reward, something is going to be bestowed upon you based on your choices and your actions. And those choices will lead to one of two things, basically, as categories: everlasting life and wrath and displeasure. Okay, what leads to each one? Persistence in doing the right things and seeking for esteem from above. In other words, we're told in other places that we should be seeking and desiring and understanding what is the good pleasure of our Father in heavens. What is what He desires for us to be doing? What is going to be pleasing in His sight? A lot of you are thinking, well, I don't do anything evil. Well, look, your definition of evil may not be as complete as the one used scripturally. Eating pork scripturally is evil. Breaking Shabbat scripturally is evil. Not keeping feasts scripturally is evil. Taking advantage of your brother, not giving a fair day's pay for a fair day's work, etc. This is breaking Torah, or taking anything that Yahweh said should be a certain way and twisting it and bending it into something it was never meant to be. That is called evil in Scripture. Not the hearers, not the talkers, but the doers of the law shall be declared right. How do Christianity as a system, how do Christians buy into the idea that somehow the law's been done away with and it's all awful and you shouldn't be doing it, it's a burden, blah, 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 blah. Paul tells us very clearly, it is the doers that shall be declared right. This is a huge piece of their puzzle, the idea of being declared right. Oh, we're declared right by the imputed righteousness of Messiah. That's not what Paul is saying here, is it? When we do what brings esteem, we receive esteem. So notice what he wants to do. Accepting each other is a piece of that puzzle. It's not just obedience to Torah, although Torah tells you to love your neighbor as yourself. But it's not just that vertical thing that we want to think about. It's how we treat each other has just as much a relationship to whether we are bringing shame or honor to ourselves, because it has to do with whether or not we're bringing shame and honor to Him. Because when you are accepted by Messiah and then treat your brother in a different manner, this is you disrespecting or bringing shame to Him accepting you. So many of you out there are so ready to believe anything anybody tells you about a leadership person. Key word is, you don't want to just hear from 2 or 3 people. They're supposed to be witnesses. That means they had to be there and see it themselves. Not more people that are spreading Lashon Hara. Because you may have 2 or 3 people come up and say, did you hear about Rabbi? Did you hear about elders? Did you hear about the Shamish? Did you hear about some leader? Well, see, 2 or 3 people came to you. But were they witnesses? Or are they just spreading gossip, rumors? Here's my commandment, so to speak, my instruction, my guidance from Paul to Timothy. It also works for me. Reprove those who are doing wrong in the presence of all, so that the rest also might fear. Now, there are things to do in private. And by the way, you don't necessarily get to choose that. The leadership person does. And if he's wrong, it's on him. And if he's right, it's on him. But that's not your choice. But I promise you, if you do it in public, you don't give the leadership person a choice. And now you're embarrassed and you're ashamed and you're mad at the leadership person. And I've had to say dozens of times every year, I'm sorry, before I even say the words, but this has to be done in public because you did it in public. You could have chosen to do it in private. That was your choice. So be really careful when you post something, Marco Polo, Facebook, wherever it is, YouTube, and you are in any way doing something that a leader may need to correct. They're going to have to do it publicly. He teaches us what brings him honor and glory and esteem. There then is the reciprocity built in, that it also then means it will bring you honor and glory and esteem. And that is the whole process of bestowal and receiving. We bestow to him, we receive it back from him as he bestows it on us. If you seek it from anyone but him, this is shameful. If you are bestowing it to others instead of allowing it to come from him, this can be shameful. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't, as you pass down the line, show a certain amount of honor and respect to those as you are bestowing on them and they're bestowing on you. It's in the vertical chain.